July the 6th, 2016. Guys, a quick update on the video before this. After I launched the video, and I had checked it through 3 different links, and none of it seemed to pan out. And if you saw the video, I'd overlaid and put a link to the West Virginia Sheriff's Department where the hacker's being held. His nickname is Guccifer. But they're saying he's alive and well. As far as I know, his wife has access. I'm sure we'll get some updates from that. But they're saying he is alive and well. But you know, sometimes there's a reason for everything, and I'm not justifying putting up that video, but it brings up a very important piece of this puzzle. Now, first, what's happened is Mr. James Comey, the FBI director, has to appear or has been called up to appear tomorrow, Thursday, before lawmakers to explain the Clinton decision. I didn't think this was over by any means, and it would have been very surprising if one of these committees had not brought it up. A good many of them are lawyers, and if you noticed, it was kind of a mixed message. Mr. Comey, it was like he wanted to say more, but his hands were tied. I really don't know. We may never know the truth from that. He's been very reputable, both on the Democratic and Republican views. Both of them have said that he's, but he did do more damage than anyone else has by far, because he spent a lot more time explaining how Clinton and her folks had broke the law. And then we know what had happened before that with a couple of meetings, but then did not recommend an indictment from the Department of Justice. But actually, that's not his job. He's normally just presents the facts and then lets the Department of Justice go from there with that. But you could tell, and you could tell he was reading from a prompter, but he laid it out very clearly how she broke the law. And they said it wasn't willful negligence, but there are laws that says regardless if you willfully do it or not, it's illegal. But guys, you don't remove sensitive information from the government's websites. Put them on your private server. That's like stealing files from the filing cabinets in Washington. They knew it. He knew it. And the poor fella seemed like he was stuck between a rock and a hard place, to be honest with you. But he delivered the most damning evidence yet. Now, back to the earlier video where the reports were coming out that the fella, the Romanian hacker, nicknamed Guccifer, that he was in jail in Romania for hacking over there. He had hacked Bush and several of them, and he had hacked Colin Powell, and he was amazed that they were sharing all this information that was top secret on these open servers. But anyway, they found out here that he had hacked these emails that are in question, and so the U.S. quickly sent a plane over there, grabbed him, brought him back, and that was on mainstream. Now, if it had not been for the bad report that something had happened to him, then this would not have been brought up. And this is what I'm redoing the video for, bringing that information up, besides the FBI director being called before this committee, is that what the committee should do is to request to the FBI director to bring Guccifer to the committee meeting. It doesn't have to be made public. They don't have to put it on C-SPAN. Not if it's that sensitive. I understand that. But they need to know, because he's the only one, and it's been stated, that knows the true content of the emails, because he, again, daily, as a hobby, went through all of this top secret stuff, and he would say that at any one time there would be 10 other hacker IPs in the system. Now, this guy, I'm very surprised that he is alive, to be honest with you, because we're dealing with politics during a presidential election year. Now, they're saying that, again, the FBI Director James Comey will explain Thursday to House lawmakers his bombshell decision not to recommend criminal charges against Hillary Clinton over her handling of sensitive emails. Comey, who took no questions after announcing his decision Tuesday, agreed to go before the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee after several lawmakers sought an explanation, and saying he would not press the Justice Department to pursue an indictment against the likely Democratic nominee for president. Comey nonetheless laid out a strong case that she had violated laws regarding government employees' safeguarding of sensitive email. Like I said, when he was saying it, I was shocked. Because everyone, I knew he wouldn't, but it was like a prosecutor laying out the evidence before a judge of why someone was guilty. And no one could have done it better. So you never know what you're being handed. And back to the, again, the earlier report that the hacker had been killed. This guy needs to be brought before one of these committees. Now, I have no power to bring that about. A lot of people watch these videos, and I'm not sure who does, but that would be very important. If they really want to get to the bottom of it, then they need to bring the hacker to this meeting of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. Now, who released the information that was incorrect? Did they know that it would bring attention to the hacker and that he is the one that knows the truth? And once that is, and now that people are becoming aware of this, he may be in more danger than ever before. I'm not saying, but with history, sometimes it's dangerous. But Comey now, if you remember, and he said that 110 of Hillary's emails and 52 email chains that owned the unauthorized server were found, that were classified at the time they were sent or received. So it's like stealing files again and having somebody sneak them over across town, except this was going worldwide. It was damning information as far as a prosecutor. He went on to say, including some that were top secret, not just classified. He also said that while the probe did not prove Clinton's server was hacked, it may have been, and he pointedly noted that she used unsecure devices while visiting countries hostile to the United States. You're looking at Mr. Chaffetz. He's the one that's going to lead this panel. Jason Chaffetz, he's a Republican from Utah. He wants answers. And you're going to have Senator Rob Johnson, Republican from Wisconsin, Republican Bob Goodlatte from Virginia, and no Democrats are mentioned in this committee, but they wrote the FBI director demanding to know how he justified this decision. So that it's going to be interesting. They may C-SPAN this. I'm not sure yet how they'll do it. I will update it when I get some links to any live coverage. If you guys have that link, put it in the comments. Also, I would like to hear your comments about the report that came out earlier about the hacker being found dead, and why. Was it just for publicity, or was it a subversive thing? And how did that leak come out? Or was it a leak, or was it just a lie? But it sure brought out a very important question, guys, about, and I hope somebody can post this on Mr. Chaffetz's Republican webpage and Mr. Trump's pages, all of the social media, that you can contact them, or Rob Johnson from Wisconsin, or Bob Goodlatte from Virginia. They're on this committee. And ask them, why don't you bring the hacker in, Guccifer, and let him tell you what he saw? then you will be at the bottom of it. The FBI director will be off the hook. Do you know the FBI has asked the questions from this man? We're watching it, guys. It's a heads up. Be safe.